Welcome to the Planet Pearl YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pearlin, a maker, multi-crafter, slow living enthusiast, and a proud mom to two very fluffy dogs. I live in Christchurch with my family, and here on Planet Pearl we celebrate the simple joys and the quiet magic of a handmade life, whether it's knitting, crochet, embroidery, patchwork, or whatever fiber crafty rabbit hole catches my fancy and I wandered into this week. This space is for creativity, coziness, and connection, and I'm really glad you're here today, and I hope you'll stay a while and maybe find a kindred spirit in me. Today's video is a little catch-up about how the quilt didn't get finished and how I accidentally cast on something else instead. So if you are in the mood to listen to an episode where life keeps pulling you on all sides, let's chat over chai and whatever your cozy drink of choice is while we stitch or make something with our hands. There's always room on this little Planet Pearl for one more. So welcome. Right, so let's start where we left off last time. I was meant to finish my home sweet home quilt this week. I'd done all the hand quilting, found my binding fabric, and I was genuinely ready for that dramatic final stitch moment. And then I couldn't find my ruler. Now the little one, it's not the little one in my knitting bag, it's actually the quilting ruler I need to cut the binding strips, and I'd moved things around to stop Casper from chewing them, shifted everything off of the dining table, which also doubles up as my workspace, to make my home look tidy actually. And somewhere in that responsible rearranging, I hid the ruler from myself somewhere really safe, but I don't know where it is. So I searched for it high and low. I gave it about 10 honest minutes, I must say, but I didn't have the energy one little bit to tear the place apart, which I would have done under other circumstances. So I paused the quilt, told it kindly, "You'll get your moment soon, but not today. You can wait a little bit longer." And instead I pivoted. I reached for something smaller, something portable, something that didn't need the whole dining table cleared up just to use it. And I think you have guessed what I'm talking about. And yes, it's knitting, and that's how I finally cast on the Briar Mitt. The Briar Mitt is one of those patterns that lived in the back of my mind for years. I have seen it, admired it, thought I should make that, and then it would just vanish into the mental fog. I even have the PDF in my computer, but it had just vanished into the mental fog and I never got to do it. But recently Casper has been dragging me out for freezing 5 a.m. backyard walks. We are in the toilet training phase and he is such a good boy, but my fingers were frozen by the time I was back inside to have my morning cup of tea, and I realized I actually needed fingerless mitts. So when I popped into Wild Earth for a knit night, I saw the Briar Mitt sample knit up in Alpine 8-ply. It's a deliciously soft Polwarth possum blend, and my mind was made up then and there. I bought the yarn, the pattern, and cast on that very night at the knit group, as I think everyone does that. So back home I put that project in my little hold and cherish project bag I made ages ago. So the outer fabric is Liberty Floral. Liberty is my absolute favorite fabric of all times because of the soft florals, and the denim from my favorite pair of jeans that tore at work of all places. And I couldn't throw it away because I loved it so much. So I recycled it and added vintage buttons and stitched up little hexi tags for the drawstring. This one needs to be sewn up again because Casper has chewed on it, and I really love it. So yeah, back to the mitts. I've been knitting them in little moments between puppy naps, which he is doing now, and even I don't want to wake him up at all because the moment he wakes up he wants all my attention. So yeah, so I've been making them while the puppy naps and on my days off of work. And let's be honest, I keep forgetting where I put things, so I just have it close to my bed. And this yarn is so buttery soft, like I said, and it's because it's 20% possum, 80% Polwarth, and this color is called Glacier. It's woolen spun yarn that's grown and processed in New Zealand. I didn't even realize when I bought it, but one 50-gram ball makes a full pair of mitts, and that was a nice surprise. So I'm using 4.5 mm Chagu 30 centimeters circulars, which I'm not going to lie, is like super slippery and fiddly. The stitches kept slipping and sliding like they were trying to escape, especially when I make the knit 3 pass slip stitch over section. And I did consider switching to bamboo. I still might, but I've snapped enough of those to be slightly traumatized by them, so I'm kind of working with this with what I have, but I might switch to wooden or bamboo needle at some point. And it took me a while to get the rhythm. It's not a hard pattern at all, but I always need a few rounds for my hands and brain to sync up, and then suddenly it clicks, and then it becomes a joy to knit. So one of the ladies at the knit night said she's made 5 pairs as gifts, and honestly I get it. It's easy, it's interesting, and it knits up quickly, and it's perfect for someone like me who loves casting on just as much as casting off, and it's genuinely useful, not just pretty. The kind of knit you actually wear, you can gift, or you can do both. And I even met another knitter recently who uses the same yarn for mitts in her small business, and she said she got loads of colors and one ball always makes a pair. So I've finished knitting on the right hand mitts and I'm working on the left. Once both are done, I'll seam them up. I love the way the ribbing forms an arch at the back, across the back of the mitt. And this pattern is by the Kiwi Stitch and Knit Co. And I thought, as I was knitting it, this qualifies for the Kiwi Make Along 2025, doesn't it? Marina from Strawberry Patches, along with a few other New Zealand podcasters. The ones that I can remember are Strawberry Patches, Unwind and Knit With Me, another knitting pod, thank you for knitting, broom stitch knitting, and then Bex knits, I think, and then tea and a cup of yarn, and Southland knits, I think. I'm sorry if I have missed anybody, but so that's, you can make anything that's with kiwi yarn. You can stitch, you can crochet, knit, spin, weave. The criteria is that it needs to be NZ made, either the yarn or the pattern. So I feel this is a perfect entry for myself because the yarn is New Zealand made. It's made in South Island, New Zealand, and the pattern is by a New Zealand designer as well. So while the quilt is folded up, waiting patiently for its finale, I'm here slowly knitting these mitts to keep my hands warm. It also keeps my mind calm, and also it happens to fit into the Kiwi Make a Long Brief. So it's all wins, win-win on all sides, and I honestly feel that it's the best choice for my kind of week that I've had so far. Yeah, so I was a little bit disappointed. The quilt got paused, and I realized that's how reel making works, because a new cast on snuck in, and that's how the real creative life works, you know. It's letting the creativity be alive with all the detours and finding joy in the middle of it all. And for me, making always isn't like a straight line. It's not neat, it's not tidy, it's not predictable. I pause, I pivot, and sometimes surprise ideas and meanderings sneak in. There are all kinds, and honestly I love it. I make detours and the daydreams, that they're all part of the package, and they bring this sparkle into my making, and that's what creativity looks like for me right now. There are no perfect workspaces for me. I really don't have endless time. I just have a little corner, a little bit of yarn, and I'm happy to pivot. I'm willing to pivot with kindness to myself, because sometimes I do get fixated on things and be really hard on myself, and I'm working on that. So I'll keep looking for my ruler, and if I lose patience, I might just go and buy a new one, like I'm really tempted to do. But for now, I'm really enjoying this knit detour. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you have got a one-day pattern that you finally made, started making, tell me in the comments. If you are participating in the Kiwi Mal 2025, tell me in the comments below. And if this video made you feel a little more connected with me in your creative chaos, feel free to maybe subscribe, like this video, and stick around with me for a while. I'll be here trying to remember where I left that. And the quilt finale is coming very soon, I promise. But for now, I am dreaming of warm hands, and I am really loving the pattern that I'm working on, and I think that's enough for me at this point. So until next time, take good care of yourself. Keep spreading smiles one stitch at a time, and happy making. Bye for now.